It's really busy at the top of the AFC West. Real loaded. We'll get to that right here on the show. This is Good Morning Football presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. James Bradbury joining the program on this October 5th. My name's Kay Adams. Thanks for choosing us. Thanks for joining us this morning. Michael Robinson.
What's up, people?
Is here getting that energy out into the universe. Mercury is in retrograde, you know.
Yes, I know that.
Until the 19th. Don't ask me why
I can tell you some stuff about that. We'll talk about that offline.
Talking the commercial break. Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt are here. And we've got highlights from the Raiders and the Chargers. Now, let's go.
Let's go. 1.21. That is the first statistic that is relevant in this game. That is the amount of gigawatts in the sky, Los Angeles. Actually, it'd be 2.42 because there were 2 bolts. They delayed the game. And what an incredible omen for Chargers fans who have 2 bolts on their helmet. Did they come out flat? No. Lightning struck thrice in this one, including to Donald Parham, who has 12 career receptions and 4 touchdowns. That's it. And then watch this. On a 4th and down, they didn't cover the gunner. And Hunter Renfrow nails him. You know what? I think this is a better play than the DK Metcalf chase down last year. I really do. Because it's headier, and it was more, you didn't see it coming. We'll get into it maybe next week.
Okay.
7-0. That's a take for you. That's my lightning strike. And so's this one. Touchdown. Jared Cook, the former Raider. Jared Cook's going to play in this league for decades. I feel like he just changes teams. All thing is always good. I know, he has. He's like the Mercedes Lewis. Boom! Austin Eckler, pound for pound, they call him. Maybe the strongest guy in the league. A beautiful stretch. So the route is on. It's 21-0 Chargers. All the Raiders fans are like, why do we come here? Let's go back to Vegas. No, wait. Derek Carr, it's a different year. And look, oh my God, Darren Waller. Oh my gosh, what a great play. And he knows it.
You said a shoulder shimmy.
I did. I mean, that was so good.
That was very fun.
Hand down, man down. Derek Carr going up to Henry Ruggs. Okay, so the Raiders have lightning too. Oh, it's just firepower. And more importantly, they're down 21-0, and they're battling all the way back, or at least they're trying. 21-14 and 3rd-and-3. Christian Covington, who once played a woodwind instrument on our program.
Clarinet. True.
Clarinet? I
think it was a clarinet.
And it was something from C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia. Somebody look it up. 4th and 2. There's your witch in your wardrobe. That's a lion right there, a young one, Herbert. He just can't wait to be king, but he's going to hand it to Austin Eckler, who runs in for 6. Eckler had a night. He was really good, looked explosive, does the air guitar. Great night for the Los Angeles Chargers. All kinds of optics with Raider fans in their stands, but there's 28 points on the scoreboard for them, 28-14. We said Eckler had a great night. We love this guy. He's a friend of the show. Taylor Rashadi caught up with him, pound for pound. He says, this is going to be a fun year.
You guys are 3-1, tied for 1st in the division. What can you say about this team and where it's going?
Hey, what we do every single week is try to play as a team. Try to play as a team, play as a team. That means defense, we can get the ball back. And, hey, offense, we got to feed off of that. And that's what Coach Staley preaches on it. Special teams got to show up. And so that's what we've been doing in these past few weeks. As long as we don't hurt ourselves, I feel like, you know what, we're going to be a really hard team to stop because we got a lot of good players and a lot of great coaches, and we'll put it together. And it's going to be a fun season.
As I said at the top of the show here, after last night, a logjam at the top of the AFC West. You're looking at the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos. They're sitting pretty at 3-1. Should get interesting. The Chiefs in the basement, I know, at 2-2, but they got themselves a win over those Eagles. Let's take a look at the NFC West. Not as complicated. The Cardinals in first after taking down the Rams on Sunday. Arizona, the only undefeated team, the last man standing in the NFL. Are they the scariest team in the NFC? Peter, the floor is totally yours.
Scariest. It's not the best, scariest, absolutely. They have playmakers at every position. Their defense is absolutely loaded right now. I look at all the different roster around the league, and it's like, all right, if you're going to stop Arizona, who are you going to stop? Because Kyler is maybe the most dynamic running the ball, and we love Lamar Jackson, but Kyler is a runner when he gets that ball, and he is a problem. Then you go through the different wide receivers, and it's like DeAndre Hopkins is a top 5 receiver in this league. We know that. A.J. Green has been a top 5 wide receiver in this league. Christian Kirk is one of the most reliable hands in the league. And then the 4th one is Rondale Moore after the catch. Then you get the tight ends like, all right, Max Williams has been a beast for them so far. And then the 2 running backs, Edmonds and Connor, are both playing well. So how are you going to stop them? What scares me about the Cardinals' opposition is just when you think you stop the passing game, Kyler breaks out on a 3rd and 14 and runs for 17 yards. I don't know who can stop them because no one has stopped them yet. Go on the defensive side of the ball. They have made key plays. They made Stafford look more than human. They made Stafford look underwhelming, to be honest, last week. I think 4 weeks in, it's fair to say they're the scariest team in the NFC. Are they the last team standing? I don't know. We're a month in. Are they the scariest team? Yes, I would lose sleep playing against them next night.
Wow.
Peter, they are scary.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
Isn't that crazy? What a fun season.
They are scary to me, and you laid out all of the skill position guys that make them very scary. You did mention Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray, to me, is the single reason why this team is so scary. How do you defend him? He affects the game in so many ways. We've already seen the great passes that he throws, but let me show you guys a little bit more film of what I'm talking about, how he affects the running game. Defenses have to account for him. You watch both linebackers, Ernest Jones, Leonard Floyd, both go with Kyler Murray, right? Nobody on the second level to stop James Conner as he goes through the second level. Again, cards with both Conner and Rondale Moore in the backfield. Linebacker Kenny Young doesn't flow with the backs at all. Look how much space it created on the other side of the football, all because of Kyler Murray. You look at Kyler Murray here. The defender has to take a wide angle because of Kyler Murray. You saw Kyler Murray put his hands up. He saw the cut already, and that's just because Kyler Murray possesses the ability. Yeah, like you talk about that third and 14, and he goes 17. He possesses that ability to go 80. He's fast. He's quick. He's one of the most quickest ball carriers in the National Football League. Kyler Murray is what makes this team so special. It makes this team so scary. Defensive coordinators, how do you bottle him up? You can't have a spy. He's a better athlete than that guy.
It's true.
If you try to defend against the pass, he's shown the ability to fit passes into tight windows. I don't know how you stop him unless you can get your hands on him. So Kyler,
he was unstoppable last year until he got hurt.
Until he got hurt.
So literally you have to injure him to stop him. He's that good. Now he's healthy and he's unbelievable. His shoulder, fine, looks great. He can make every throw. Kyle, who you got?
He's intoxicated. It really is. And I like the question a lot because it's not best, it's not most exciting. It's October, it feels right. For me, being scared is kind of fun. I like it. And let me just ask a question. Are you ready for the outcome in which the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the NFL? Are you ready for that? Because that's my answer, and I think they could get there. The best team in the NFL. The scary thing about Dallas is the idea that, oh my God, what if they really do have an incredible defense? What if they have a top 5 defense? Who is going to beat them? And it's getting better. It's young. We know it's a work in progress. We've talked about this for it feels like an eternity. If Dallas, listen, Dallas is going to be 9-1. They might be 9-2. They're going to start reeling off wins. They play the Giants this weekend. Good for them. They're going to win that game. The Micah Parsons experiment is terrifying. You want to know who's going to shadow Kyler? Maybe he can. The Diggs thing, he gets 3 interceptions every series of downs.
Yep.
The offense looks every single bit we want. Zeke turned back the clock about 3 years last week. That, to me, is scary because do you love the Cowboys? Do you hate the Cowboys? It's probably one of the two. How would you feel if all of a sudden, oh, my God, we do power rankings every week? I got the Cowboys at 2. I have the Cowboys at 1. What's scary about Dallas is potential, and it's all there. The one thing they have that Arizona doesn't have, they got scars, they got badges, they've been through the playoffs, they have won in the playoffs. Arizona has done none of that. I think it's Dallas with the star on the helmet. I think it's terrifying. Get ready.
Nobody wants
they better
to
stay healthy.
The Bucks or the Packers trade.
I know.
Bucks, Packers, and Rams 2 weeks ago looked pretty darn good. And I know they've all had losses, but Tampa Bay's defense is still really good, and they will get healthy in defensive back. I don't know. It's hard. Back to the Cowboys, and this is putting you on a spot here.
Oh, good. I love it. Go.
Here we go. And Kingsbury doesn't have many skins on the wall or all this stuff either. Does Mike McCarthy have it in him to outcoach a Bruce Arians or a Matt LaFleur or you name it? There's questions about clock management. They've won these games, and they've won with scoring a lot of points. When it gets close, do you trust Mike McCarthy and the coaching and the game management to be the best team in the NFC?
I don't know if I do. I don't. That's a fair. You know who I trust? I trust Kellen Moore, and I trust Dan Quinn. And I'm starting to get the feeling that those guys are captains of that ship, and I don't know how long those guys are going to be in Dallas based on what they're doing right now. So, yes, you're right. Mike McCarthy is flawed, and we don't know what he is as a man. We're going to find out. I like those lieutenants, though.
Trust is a great word to bring up with this because that's what makes, to me, the Cardinals, they've shown me enough to know that on their best day, if everything goes right, they can be the most dangerous, scary team in the NFC. But do I trust that I need some more consistency from them? It's just, as a person who wants to see this team do well, let's not pretend that they didn't just almost give the game to the Vikings with crucial turnovers, and the Vikings gave up that game with a missed field goal. I can't just sort of say 4-0, like, let's go. And I think Kyler Murray has what it takes, and on their best day, A.J. Green, the loaded offense and everything, but they have to string together a couple of mistake-free performances for me to think they can go toe-to-toe with Cliff Kingsbury as their guy up against a Bucs or a Packers squad. Is that fair?
Jerry Jones is still the owner of Dallas, and that's a fair point, okay? Jerry Jones is still the owner. He's still the general manager. You don't think any of
Where you going?
meddling? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You don't think anything with Jerry gets in there that could mess up the Dallas Cowboys on the field?
I don't know, Mike. I feel like you're asking the question because you have a take. What is your take? I will lightsaber that back to you.
I'm just saying, man, you know.
He'll say or do something before now.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been 26 years.
Something.
It's okay.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
NFC is very interesting. What a year.
What a
Honestly,
league.
what a year going into
awesome.
week 5 action on Thursday Night Football. Let's bring in Tom Pelissero. Great one last night. The Raiders fall to the Chargers. The Raiders, though, take on the Bears in week 5. Will David Montgomery be available for that one? And can you give us an update on Jimmy Garoppolo while you're here?
Okay, Bears running back David Montgomery is still gathering information on his knee injury. What I can tell you as of now is it is not season-ending, but it is very likely Montgomery is going to miss some time starting on Sunday